This is Daria DiGiovanni reporting for the Conservative Diva, and I'm here with my partners here, Ellen Snyder and Kathy Robbins. So,
Hi.
Divas, give us your thoughts about today's breakfast with Alan West.
Well, the highlight of the breakfast was eating with John Boehner. We didn't know. I was told there was going to be a surprise, but I never thought that was going to be the surprise. I idolize him. I love him so much because he's so outspoken, and I know that he doesn't like Barack Obama.
And he was very sweet and very courteous to both of us. He took a picture with us and put his arm around us.
Well, and I think that aside from the fact that it was great that he was here, my personal belief is it must bode well for Alan. I just think that, as we saw in the most recent polling, Alan was ahead by 6, and I think that Boehner being here, to me, must show that they really do believe that this race is within reach and it's winnable.
I don't think he would have come down if there wasn't a good chance that Alan was going to win.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now, I know recently we've all been appalled by the VFW and their endorsement of Alan's opponent, Ron Klein. And Ellen, I know that you've been in contact with them. Tell us a little bit about how that went.
Well, when I first got notification that they had endorsed Ron Klein, immediately I called up the VFW PAC, and I expressed my disgust. And the young lady that I spoke to, she said that the gentleman who was in charge of the VFW PAC was not available, but she would take down my name and number and have him call me back. Well, I was glad that I at least told her how I felt, because I really didn't think I was going to get a call back. So what I did was I perused the website a little bit further, and I saw that it gave a map of all 50 states, not 57, Barack, of all 50 states. No, not 59 either. And you could just click on your particular state, and they gave you the information of the people who run that department in that particular state. So I got the number, and I called. It was the Florida division, and I spoke to a very nice gentleman, and I expressed that I was very upset that they would endorse Ron Klein, that they would speak to the veterans in endorsing Ron Klein when the veterans fought and many lost their lives protecting our country, and Ron Klein is somebody who wants to take our freedoms away. And he agreed. He was also very upset about the endorsement, and they told me that they were preparing a response to the endorsement, and I asked if they could send me a copy, and the next morning it was in my inbox. And they stated how in the past everybody was notified to put in their give their input on a particular endorsement, but this time around for some reason they weren't involved in that process. So they were upset, and they did issue a response, which I quickly forwarded directly to Alan's email, and supposedly they're going to be giving a statement sometime soon, because what I'm told is they got so many calls and so many hits on their website that we blew up their server.
That's great.
Well, I tried to get on last night. I was going to contact them also and couldn't get on their website. So I believe you're right. I believe their website is receiving a lot of hits, and their server is not able to take care of it. I'd also like to point out that Ron Klein has never even been in the service. So it's very interesting to me that the VFW would choose a non-service member over Alan West, who has served his country with honor. My grandfather fought in the Second World War, and my grandfather was a member of the VFW and in Connecticut, and I'm going to be contacting the VFW in Connecticut and expressing my disapproval, as well as the VFW in Florida. And my father was also a member of the VFW, and he lives in Texas. I'm going to call him and ask him to contact their local chapter there too, because this really is outrageous. To endorse someone who has never done anything for the country except agree with Barack Obama, and who has criticized Alan West and his service to our country, he does not deserve the endorsement of veterans.
No, and and I was reading on BigHollywood.com that they didn't just endorse Ron Klein, but believe it or not, Barbara Boxer, of all
Oh,
people,
my God.
Senator Mann in
Oh,
California.
my God.
So they're already experiencing, based on what you both are telling me, a huge backlash, and I personally believe it's only going to help propel Alan over the top here in
Absolutely.
Florida anyway, and they're going to pay dearly in terms of membership.
Well, I think there needs to be some investigation into how these endorsements were vetted and how they came about, because obviously there's something at work here that the members of the VFW are not privy to.
Right.
And I think
Yes.
they deserve answers.
Well, I asked the gentleman who's in charge of the VFW PAC if Ron Klein paid for this endorsement, and he said he doesn't believe he has.
Well, it would be interesting to find out how it came about.
Well, another thing I asked to him is, I said, every Memorial Day, my family does not barbecue. We don't go to the beach. We go to the South Florida National Cemetery for Memorial Day to honor our military, past, present, and future, and to honor those that died serving our country. And I said, if you base your endorsement on Ron Klein showing up and giving a speech and then leaving immediately after his speech and not hanging around for the rest of the service, I said, in that case, maybe you should be endorsing me, because not only do I go every year, but I stay from beginning to end. So,
right. Good point.
Yeah. So I guess if they're going to endorse Ron Klein, they might as well endorse the Divas.
That's right.
There you
We
go.
don't want their endorsement, do
No,
we?
we
No, we
don't.
don't.
No, we don't.
No.
We don't. All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much, and we will be back with more reporting.
Bye.
Bye.